Today we are going to deal with indefinite integration part 3. Before we exactly get into the problems on integration part 3, let us have a recap of all the formulae what we have learned so far. So these are all the formulae what we have learned so far, and you can refer to my previous 2 videos to understand these formulae. And what these formulae are, they are nothing but just the direct consequence of derivatives. And if you note carefully that if you differentiate the right hand side of this function, that gives the left hand side function. And these are all the very basic formulae of integration, and up to 12 these are the direct consequences of derivatives and also the basic functions. And 13 onwards we will come across the composite functions. So x is replaced by ax plus b, and whenever in all these formulae up to 12, in all these formulae, if x is replaced by ax plus b, then we divide by the coefficient of x in the denominator. That means integration of ax plus b whole raised to n dx will be ax plus b raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1 into a in the denominator, not divided by, it is multiplied by. So similarly, integration of 1 upon root of ax plus b dx is 2 times root of ax plus b upon a plus c. That means we multiply by a in the denominator, or we divide the whole expression by a. And now the trigonometric functions of these composite functions. We have and again here also, if you carefully note, in all these cases we find a in the denominator. So all these trigonometric functions are the composite functions containing ax plus b, that is a linear polynomial, as the composite part, and then the coefficient of x is divided by. And similarly, even in case of e raised to ax plus b dx, it becomes e raised to x plus b upon a plus c. And integration of a raised to px plus q dx is equal to a raised to px plus q upon p log a plus c. So from 24 onward, these are all the formulae, rather the problem type what we have dealt last time, and we have derived these formulae last time. Therefore, integration of tan x dx is log of sec x plus c, integration of cot x dx is log of sin x plus c, integration of sec x dx is log of sec x plus tan x plus c, integration of cosec x dx is a log of cosec x minus cot x plus c. And then now these x are replaced by ax plus b, that is a linear polynomial, that they become the composite functions. So integration of tan of ax plus b dx is log of sec ax plus b upon a plus c. Integration of cot of ax plus b dx is equal to log of sin of ax plus b upon a plus c. Integration of sec ax plus b dx is log of sec ax plus b plus tan ax plus b upon a plus c. Integration of cosec ax plus b will be log of cosec ax plus b minus cot ax plus b upon a plus c. So with the help of these, let us get into some types of integrations. So the first type is integration of sine or cos x plus or minus a divided by sine or cos x plus or minus b dx. That means this is not sine upon cos. It is a sine of x plus or minus a or cos of x plus or minus a divided by sine of x plus or minus b or cos of x plus or minus b dx. So whenever we find the expressions of this kind, we have made a simple rule that we adjust the numerator angle in terms of denominator angle and a constant. And you will exactly understand when we solve some problem based on this. So in the first one, we have integration of sine x plus a upon sine x minus b dx. So as per this rule or method, I have to get x minus b here, for which what I do is I will subtract b and add b. So it becomes sine of x minus b plus a plus b. If you open the bracket, you will get back this. And now use the formula of sine of a plus b and expand it. So we get sin x minus b cos a plus b plus cos x minus b sin a plus b upon sine of x minus b dx. And when you separately divide here, sine term get cancelled, and will be left with only cos of a plus b, and here it becomes cos upon sine gives you cot of x minus b, and this part as it is. Now take separate integration, that means the integration is taken inside the bracket, and these constant terms go outside the integration, so we get I equal to integration of dx is x, therefore it becomes x cos of a plus b. Integration of cot of x minus b is log of sin x minus b, so it becomes plus sin a plus b into log sin x minus b plus c. So in the second problem what we have is sin of a minus x upon cos of x plus a dx. Note this step very carefully. What is done is here I have added and subtracted a, so and rearranged in this way so that when you open the bracket you will get back this. And we can use another method, that is you can have minus sign out here, you can take minus sign out here and it becomes sin of minus theta, and sin of minus theta is minus sin theta, minus sign can be put here, and solve according to the previous problem rule. And now this is sin of a minus b form, sin of a minus b sin a cos b minus cos a sin b, and now separately divide. When you divide, this term get cancelled and it becomes a tan, so we get I equal to integration of sin 2a minus cos 2a tan of x plus a dx. Now take separate integration, that means this integration gets in, this is a constant part, it goes out, integration of dx, and here this is constant, integration of tan of x plus a dx, and therefore we get the result as x sin 2a minus cos 2a log of sec x plus a plus c. So here what we note is x square is the composite part, but we also note that the derivative of x square contains x, so I can bring it by the side of dx here and I can substitute. So we put, and that is what is done here, and we put x square as t, and derivative gives it 2x dx as dt, therefore this x dx is half dt. Therefore the problem is replaced in terms of t, it gives you integration of cos t upon cos of t minus a half dt. Half goes out, and also along with that we adjust the numerator angle in terms of denominator angle, that is add and subtract a, and expand using cos of a plus b formula in the numerator, so that gives you half cos t minus a cos a minus sin t minus a sin a upon cos of t minus a dt. Now separately divide, and here cos t minus a cancels, and here it becomes a tan of t minus a. And now take this integration sign inside the bracket, so it gives you half integration of cos a dt minus sin a integration of tan of t minus a dt. Integration of dt is t, and integration of tan t minus a is log sec t minus a. And now put back the value of t as x square, so it gives you half x square cos a minus sin a log of sec x square minus a plus c. And next we have integrals of the type a sin x plus or minus b cos x upon c sin x plus or minus d cos x dx, and e raised to x plus or minus b upon c raised to x plus or minus b d dx, or 1 upon a plus or minus b tan x or cot x, like this. And in all these cases what we do is we express the numerator as a into denominator plus b into derivative of denominator. And after simplifying this expression, and we'll get the equation in terms of a and b, solving those equations we'll get the values of a and b. And you'll exactly understand the method when you solve some problems based on this. So the first one, integration of 4 sin x minus 38 cos x upon 5 sin x minus 11 cos x dx. And here we just remember that formula, that is numerator is put in the form of a into denominator plus b into derivative of denominator. So this is the numerator and this is the denominator part. And when you differentiate this, you will get 5 cos x plus 11 sin x when you differentiate this. And now open the bracket and collect the terms containing sin x and cos x together. Now what you get is 5a plus 11b times sin x plus minus 11a plus 5b times cos x. Now we compare the coefficients of sin x and cos x, and that gives the result as 5a plus 11b equal to 4. We'll call it as equation 2, and minus 11a plus 5b equal to minus 38. We'll call it as equation 3. So equation 2 into 11 plus equation 3 into 5. Equation 2 into 11, this gives you 55a, and here it gives you minus 55a. When you add these two, a will be eliminated and you will be getting the value of b from this. So the value of b works out to be minus 1. And now we are going to put the value of b equal to minus 1 in equation 3, and we get the value of a as 3. So put a equal to 3, b equal to minus 1 in equation 1 here. We are going to replace it here. So this will be the replacement for this numerator part. So we get numerator is 4 sin x minus 38 cos x as 3 times denominator 5 sin x minus 11 cos x minus 1 time. This is the derivative of the denominator 5 cos x plus 11 sin x. Therefore the problem becomes the numerator is replaced by this, and rest of the things are same. And now when you separately divide, you will get integration of 3 minus 5 cos x plus 11 sin x upon 5 sin x minus 11 cos x. And now take the separate integration. You will get the integration as 3x minus log of 5 sin x minus 11 cos x. And this we got this result because of this rule, that is integration of f dash of x upon f of x dx is equal to log of f of x plus c. And the second one is integration of 8 cos x plus 14 sin x divided by 3 cos x plus 2 sin x dx. And of course you can solve this problem on the same lines of the previous one, and you can compare your result. Your result must be this, your answer must be this. So integration of 1 upon 3 plus 2 tan x. Tan x is written in the form of sin and cos, and this cos x goes to the numerator, and the denominator becomes 3 cos x plus 2 sin x, which is same as cos x upon 2 sin x plus 3 cos x. And now this is exactly in the form of a sin x plus or minus b cos x upon c sin x plus or minus d cos x. So we make use of the rule numerator equal to a into denominator plus b into derivative of denominator. So this is what we get. And now this is the derivative of the denominator. Denominator is this. So 2 sin x plus 3 cos x, its derivative is 2 cos x minus 3 sin x. Open the bracket. And again correct the terms containing sin x and cos x together. So now if you carefully note, we don't have any sin x term in the left hand side. We say the coefficient of sin x as 0. Therefore we get 2a minus 3b equal to 0. We'll call it as equation 2. And the coefficient of cos x is 1 here, and it is 3a plus 2b here. So we get 3a plus 2b equal to 1. And now we are going to solve these two equations to get the values of a and b. Equation 2 into 2, that gives you minus 6b, and 3 into 3 here it gives you 6b. So when you add these two, you will eliminate b and you will get the value of a. That therefore we get a equal to 3 by 13. Now put the value of a equal to 3 by 13 in equation 2. We get the value of b as 2 by 13. So put a equal to 3 by 13 and b equal to 2 by 13 in this equation 1. So that gives the numerator cos x as this. So in the problem we are going to replace the cos x by this expression. So we get I equal to 3 by 13 times 2 sin x plus 3 cos x, this is the denominator part, plus 2 by 13 times 2 cos x minus 3 sin x, this is the derivative of the denominator part. And now separately when you divide, you will get this. So this 2 by 13 comes out, and here it is 3 by 13. Now take separate integration. So these coefficients come outside the integration. So we get I equal to integration of dx is x, therefore it becomes 3x upon 13 plus 2 by 13 times log of this denominator. And again this is because of the rule integration of f dash of x upon f of x dx is log f x plus c. So again we make use of the same rule here. It is in the same format. So 4 e raised to x minus 25 equal to a times 2 e raised to x minus 5 plus b times the derivative of denominator. Derivative of denominator is just 2 e raised to x. And now open the bracket and collect the terms containing e raised to x. So that gives 2a plus 2b equal to 4. Therefore, a plus b equal to 2, we'll call it equation 2. And this is the non-e raised to x expression. So that gives a equal to 5. Minus 5 equal to minus 25. Therefore, a equal to 5. Put this value of a equal to 5 in equation 2. We get the value of b as minus 3. So put a equal to 5, b equal to minus 3 in equation 1. We get this expression. This is the replacement for numerator in the problem. Therefore, numerator is replaced by 5 times 2 e raised to x minus 5 minus 3 times 2 e raised to x. And the denominator is 2 e raised to x minus 5 dx. Don't multiply these two. So when you separately divide, you'll get this expression. And now take separate integration. So 3 is kept out. And we have kept this 2 e raised to x as it is because the derivative of this is in the numerator. Therefore, we find 5x minus 3 times log of 2 e raised to x minus 5 plus c. And this is because of this rule, that is integration of f dash of x upon f of x dx equal to log fx plus c. And small difference between the previous problem and this problem is we have e raised to 2x here. So again the rule is same. Numerator is expressed as a denominator plus a times denominator plus b times the derivative of denominator. And if you take the derivative, it becomes 8 e raised to 2x. We'll call it as equation. So 3 e raised to 2x plus 5 equal to a times 4 e raised to 2x minus 10 plus b times 8 e raised to 2x. And open the bracket, collect the terms containing e raised to 2x, and what you find is 4a plus 8b equal to 3, that is equation 2. And non e raised to 2x term is this. So we get minus 10a equal to 5, therefore a equals to minus half. So if you put a equal to minus half in equation 2, we'll get the value of b, and b is 5 by 8. And put these two values, a equal to minus half, b equal to 5 by 8 in equation 1. So we get 3 e raised to 2x plus 5 equal to minus 1 by 2 times 4 e raised to 2x minus 10 plus 5 by 8 times 8 e raised to 2x. So of course naturally it is very tempting to get cancelled, though don't cancel this because this whole lot is the derivative of this. Now separately divide. It gives minus half plus 5 by 8 times 8 e raised to 2x upon 4 e raised to 2x minus 10 times dx. Now take separate integration. Minus half goes out. Integration of dx plus 5 by 8 times integration of 8 e raised to 2x upon 4 e raised to 2x minus 10 dx. And now we can integrate very easily. It gives you minus x by 2 plus 5 by 8 times log of denominator 4 e raised to 2x minus 10 plus c. And here it is I equal to 20 minus 12 e raised to x upon 3 e raised to x minus 4. And of course you can solve this problem on the same lines of the previous two problems, and your result must be this. You can verify your result here, and this should be your answer. And next we deal with the integrals of the type 1 upon sine or cos x minus a, sine or cos x minus b, which is a product in between, and the possible combinations are these. And according to the method, what it says is, first find the positive difference of the angles. That means first angle minus second angle. And if it works out to be positive, then take that positive difference. And if the second angle minus first angle becomes positive, then you can use that. And a second thing what you have to check is, you see whether both the functions in the denominator are same like this or different like this. Whether both are sine, cos, or sine and cos, and sine. And if both the denominator functions are same, then multiply and divide by sine of b minus a. And if they are not same, multiply and divide by cos of b minus a. And the next part is, in the numerator only, put back the difference, expand, simplify and integrate. The difference will be this. B minus b is replaced by x minus a minus x minus b. And again here also you will understand the explanation when you solve this problem, and if you understand this problem very carefully. So what we note here is the denominator we have both are sine functions. So we multiply and divide by sine of b minus a. And sine b minus a in the numerator. This b minus a is replaced by its original difference. Positive difference is obtained from this x sine of x minus a minus x minus b. So this is in the form of sine of a minus b. Using the formula you can expand it. Sine x minus a cos x minus a minus cos x minus a sine x minus b. Sorry, it is x minus b. Sine x minus a cos x minus b minus cos x minus a sine x minus b upon sine x minus a into sine x minus b. And when you separately divide, here sine x minus a cancels and here sine x minus b cancels. So what we find is 1 upon sine of b minus a integration of cos x minus b upon sine x minus b minus cos x minus a upon sine x minus a dx. And this is, in fact, both are cot. Therefore it becomes cosec b minus a integration of cot x minus b minus cot x minus a dx. Now take this integration inside the bracket. So it becomes cosec b minus a into cot integration of cot x minus b dx minus integration of cot x minus a dx. So integration of cot x minus b is log of sine x minus b, and here it is log of sine x minus a, and this is the form of log m minus log n. Log m minus log n is log m by n. Therefore the result becomes cosec b minus a log of sine x minus b upon sine x minus a plus c. Thank you.